Hi everyone, we're the Clean50 Analysts this year, and I'm Jessica Hennessy.
I'm Laura Swires.
I'm Anuj.
And I'm Unique.
And we're going to answer some commonly asked questions.
What were your expectations of this role and the Clean50, and how is it different from what you expected?
I'd say I had a pretty clear idea of the role in the organization coming into this. So I wouldn't say it's very different from my expectations. However, there are aspects that were beyond my duties that I thought were very different in my mind versus how it played out. So for example, my perception of CEOs and executives of big companies were that they're super busy people who wouldn't have the time to talk to me about getting recognition for their work or even explaining their work to me. However, my experience was the complete opposite. It's amazing how people in sustainability are so willing to educate you and take the time to talk about you and your goals. I had this one person call me and they were basically giving me a rejection. So I was super bummed out about that. But then they continued the conversation and were asking about me and my goals. And then actually said that they had a person who was basically a pioneer in sustainable real estate development and brokerages, and gave me their email information and connected us. So I really wouldn't have gotten that opportunity otherwise under normal circumstances, but it's just amazing how willing people are to help you. And even if they aren't getting an award or aren't going to be part of Clean50 that year, I would have never had the experience or opportunity otherwise.
That's awesome. I think I have a very similar experience too. I was feeling a little nervous talking to higher ups in companies, but I think the main thing is to remember that they're people too.
So Jessica, I think a lot of people would be very interested to learn, how does the nomination process work?
Yeah, the nomination process is pretty simple. We start in by getting these nominations, and then those nominations are passed to our analysts who do a little bit more research to understand their accomplishments over the last 2 years. From that research, we put them into a category we think best reflects their work, and then we contact the nominee. After we contact the nominee, we let them know a little bit about the next process, and it's really in their court to figure out what comes next. So they fill out the response and we place a court of role. We help answer questions and send gentle reminders of how fast a month goes by. If the nominee is able to get their response in before the deadline, us as analysts are allowed to go through their nomination form and make sure that there isn't any information that we're missing. Once the nomination process, the deadline has passed, we pass that information on to our judges, who then go through all our nominees' details and select our list. This is the current stage that we're at right now, and we're really excited because we have really great quality of nominees this year. So hopefully we'll be able to release that list to you soon. So Laura, you've been talking to a lot of our nominees over the past 2 months. Did you find there was a commonality between how receptive people were to understanding or learning about their nomination?
Yeah, I think that in general, people are really excited to be nominated for the Clean50, especially if they've heard of the Clean50 awards before. It feels great to be recognized for the important work you've been doing. So I think it's really exciting for a lot of people. I will say that there are some people who are a little bit more hesitant or skeptical when they get a phone call from the Clean50 team. But as we go through the website and talk a little bit more about our sponsors and our process, I feel like they get a little bit more excited about what we're doing.
I was gonna say, Laura, I've had a similar experience. Sometimes I just call people up and it's a cold call, so I understand that they're gonna be hesitant. I had this one person I called who was part of the buildings category, and he kind of just said, I'm really busy, and hung up the phone because he thought I was a scammer or asking for some money or something like that. So then I sent an email follow-up, and once I sent that information and he got an idea about what Clean50 was about, he was excited as well. He forwarded all the information to his assistant, and we started going through the nomination process. So I feel like once people get the information and realize what we're about and who we're recognizing and who our sponsors are, pretty much everyone is excited and on board after that.
Although I did notice that the people that were aware of the Clean50 beforehand sometimes underestimated themselves. They didn't think that they matched up to our past alumni. And I particularly noticed this with our female nominees. So I thought it was very interesting to be able to express to them how amazing they are. And hopefully we're going to be able to highlight a lot of these great females this year.
Yeah, for sure. So, Unique, what does the Clean 50 mean to you?
Okay, so not the organization, but the list. It serves as an inspiration for me. So as an individual looking to get into the sustainability and environment space, seeing individuals on the list, these leaders, doing their part in maintaining the habitability of the earth, I'm inspired to want to help, especially the emerging leaders. There's not much of an age difference in some cases. So it's like, oh, I can do that, or I want to do that. I want to help. I want to do my part. So it inspires me to do that. It also gives me hope because everybody's doing their bit in their industry to advance sustainability. So we're looking at, if everybody continues this way and if I contribute, that maybe we can just get on the right side of the climate crisis. Like we can tackle climate change if we all just do our part.
I think that's fantastic. And I think one part of what makes the Clean 50 so special is we get to highlight those people who are doing those fantastic things and inspire people like you.
Just to add on to that, I think Clean 50 screams opportunity for everyone involved. So for the nominees, I would say it's an opportunity for them to showcase or get recognition for the amazing work they've been doing over the last couple of years. And then for us, it's an opportunity to connect to these amazing leaders in the field. And under normal circumstances, I would not get the chance to call up the CEO of a big company and, have a discussion with them, right? It's just not going to happen. But when it's framed around Clean 50, they're so happy to do it. They're so happy to educate and discuss what they've been doing. And, it's very inspiring to hear.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Take care.